have co-essay winners. So I would like to have Bud come up with the student that from his school, which was Legend Springs, and the co-winner this year is Carly. Is it Reno? Am I saying that correct?
Reno.
Can you come up?
My name is Carly Rano, and I wanted to thank Officer Butt for coming to the Legend Springs Elementary School and teaching all the 5th grade, including me, about the dangers of alcohol, tobacco, marijuana, and the related peer pressure that goes along with these items. Officer Butt also taught me about making the right choices and doing the right things. I really enjoyed his class every Tuesday, as I always learned something new. I will always remember Officer Butt's words that if you are under peer pressure to try drugs, alcohol, or tobacco, you always have at least 2 choices. Whether or not you make a good or bad choice, just know there will always be consequences to go with that choice. Be a leader, not a follower, because if your friends make a bad choice, the worst thing you could do is to follow in your friends' footsteps. Instead, do what is best for you. When you are at school and looking for someone to hang out with, don't just pick the popular or cool crowd. Pick the friends that would be just right for you. From experience, peer pressure is scary, and anybody can put you in an uncomfortable situation, even your best friend. So what do you do when your best friend wants you to try a cigarette, have a drink, or try a drug? Remember, you always have at least 2 choices or more, and a true friend will support whatever choice you make. I will never forget my grandparents who have passed away. They both smoked cigarettes for many years of their life. I know their choices shortened their lives, and this makes me sad. I remember when my grandma would visit, and she would always have to take a step outside in order to smoke her cigarettes. I would beg her to stop because it smelled bad, and I knew it was bad for her health. I was so happy when she told me later that the reason she quit was because of me. This probably gave her a few more years to live, years that we may not have had together had she not quit. I learned the hard way watching my grandparents that choosing to smoke tobacco is like jumping off a bridge, because no matter what, you will either damage your body or shorten your life. Why? Because tobacco has a powerful addictive substance called nicotine, which makes it very difficult to quit. Another example in my life is my parents used to smoke before my sister and I were born. They quit when they realized they were spending $10 for 2 packs of cigarettes a day, or $3,650 a year. That could pay for at least 1 trip to Disneyland every year. Plus, if they were going to raise a family, they did not want to set a bad example for us. Also, me personally and some other kids struggle to fit in. And what surprises me most about alcohol advertising are commercials with P. Diddy showing how to be smooth like him. Of course, he's advertising his brand of alcohol known as Ciroc. P. Diddy says to drink responsibly, but once you take that first sip of alcohol, trouble has already begun. Your judgment is already impaired, so how are you supposed to know if you are drinking responsibly? Thank you again, Officer Bud and the D.A.R.E program. I choose to be addicted to a good life, being healthy, fit, and wealthy. Oh, and by the way, thank you for giving us the gifts after every lesson, especially the refusal card. That card has some fantastic tips on how to make the right choices when being pressured to smoke, drink, or use drugs, like using humor, changing the subject, or just walking away. I hope to see you next year and to learn some more new interesting facts.
Great job, Carly.
Our second award is a co-essay winner. This year it was hard for us to pick just one, so we decided to do 2. And I'm happy to announce that this person is from one of my schools, from the Apache Junction School District, so it's my honor to call up Noah Self.
Just put it down there right now, okay? Just put it down. Just keep it down there. No, stop. What are you doing? Sit down.
One of the ways D.A.R.E has helped me is it gave me a real vision on what to expect when being asked to do a drug. What I think is one of the biggest and simplest ways to make healthy decisions is the D.A.R.E decision-making model. The reason I believe the decision-making model is the best way to make healthy choices for your body is it makes you slow down and think about the consequences. It also makes you look polite and respectful. Let's look at the numbers. If 7% of middle schoolers smoke and one comes up to you and he says everyone's smoking, you know it's not true, so say no. Drugs can change the lives of many people, not just the users. People who smoke struggle playing sports because they cannot breathe correctly. Not enough oxygen gets into their lungs and brain, which prevents them from doing their best. Could you imagine as a kid not being able to run and play with your friends? Did you have any left? Everyone has to do some activity. When you get sick, do you want to stay like that? Some drugs like meth were designed to keep off body weight by loss of appetite. When you get sick, your body needs fuel to get better. If you have no fuel, your sickness will grow. You will become weaker. With meth, you might instantly die. Tobacco causes heart, lung, mouth, throat, bladder, and kidney disease. There is also 200 known poisons into cigarette smoke, which means there could still be some more we don't know about. Cigarettes have nicotine, a highly addictive substance. People who haven't tried cigarettes might become highly addicted to it. The odor from smokers' mouths isn't just like normal bad breath, it's just absolutely foul. Many people do not realize alcohol is a drug. Alcohol is a depressant, it slows everything down. Alcohol gives you a lisp and loss of memory. Like alcohol, marijuana is a depressant. It can severely affect your speed and reaction time and loss of ability to concentrate. There's more tar in marijuana than tobacco smoke. Marijuana is illegal in America unless you have a license. Marijuana and tobacco cause upper respiratory problems. The skills I've learned in D.A.R.E were valuable. I've learned a lot of key information. I know how to say no and how to be respectful while doing it. It is great to know how to stay away from drugs and realize how stupid people are for trying drugs. I, Noah Self, solemnly swear to use these skills to stay away from drugs such as meth, marijuana, alcohol, and tobacco for the rest of my life. The reason being is I do not want to bear the shame of my mother, father, and more importantly, myself. I will look back on these skills I've been taught and remember how horrible these drugs are and how it can not only affect your life, but the lives of others as well.